ഓടി പെട്ടോ.
Assalamualaikum, good evening. Welcome to another edition of the Community Talk Show. I'm your host, Mohammed, Amin, and inshallah, in the next hour, we'll be having a discussion of a topical interest and concern for us. As you're well aware, Midlands, especially Birmingham, is the home of the majority Kashmiri community in the UK. And the Kashmiri diaspora community has been involved in various issues and links with the Kashmiri community back in Azad Kashmir. And as always, when they are in trouble or concerned, the Kashmiri diaspora community in the UK always wakes up and always discusses issues. Tonight's program, I've got two guests, and inshallah, I will ask both of them to introduce themselves and continue with the proceedings of the program. Assalamu alaikum, both of my guests. Please introduce yourself, my sister.
So my name is Saika Yunus Turiabi, and I am a member of the British Women's Group. And here I'm back on your show because in terms of what's going on, the women and children in Kashmir are at the forefront. So I'm here to show our solidarity and in support.
Assalamu alaikum, Bhai Sahab. As always, please introduce yourself.
Walaikum assalam. My name is Liaquat Lon. I'm here today on behalf of British Kashmiri diaspora community here in Birmingham and all over the UK. So we are here today to represent the British Kashmiri community and their concern with regards to the situation in Azad Kashmir at the moment and the current situation and the Charter of Demand put forward by Awami Action Committee, and to make awareness in Kashmiri community as well as to educate ourselves and the rest of all the Kashmiris living in Midlands and all over the country.
Right, so before we go any further, just a lot of my community programs are factual programs. We give information out to the community. So what is this Kashmiri Awami Action Committee? Just give us a brief background, please.
This Awami Action Committee is the committee formed by the people of Azad Jammu Kashmir, for the people of Azad Jammu Kashmir. It's a non-political, the group of the people. They make a committee to fight for their basic rights. Currently in Azad Kashmir, the people are demanding for the high prices and taxes on electricity bills gone 100%, prices gone up, and food prices, shortage of water, just the basic needs of the life. That's what their demand is. We are here today to raise their voice in front of international community as well as to show our concern as a British Kashmiris, because we have our families back home in Azad Kashmir, no matter they live in Mirpur, Diyal, Muzaffarabad, Punch, Bagh or Bhimber or Kotli, wherever they live, they belong to us and we belong to them.
Thank you. Question to you, Saika, is like Kashmiri Awami Action Committee. Where is the main base and what reference does it have to us here in the UK?
Well, there is no base because there's multiple action committees at the moment because, as Mr. Lone explained, it's not a political party. It just entails the civilians. The way I see it, this is a result, and I've said this before, a result of a very penumbra situation. It was shaded for a very long time in that people couldn't really pinpoint in terms of where the catastrophe is originating from, where is it oozing from. And now that it has become apparent, people are beginning to see, well, where is our supply of electricity, which is naturally sourced from our land, where is it heading to? Where is the expenditure coming from, which is extortionate? At the moment, if I speak from the perspective of the Kashmiri woman, the health care system and the educational system, which is very imperative, is kind of in the back burner. And we all know how important that is for nurturing of children. I would say momentarily the main concern for any parent residing in Azad Kashmir is where will the next decent meal come from? How will it come? How will I feed my starving, malnourished children? And this Awami Action Committee is a result of that. There's no base. It's not a political organization. It's just people out there demanding answers and demanding basic rights.
Who are they demanding these basic rights from?
Well, I think, again, this is a shaded penumbra area. They are demanding, and this is how I perceive it, today they are demanding their rights from their sovereign, and that is the government of Azad Kashmir. Now, they are shaded over by the government of Pakistan, but the government of Pakistan is a sovereign government, but it's not our government. And in order for them to meet the rights of the civilians, of the citizens, to manage this catastrophic situation, which has turned into a disaster that it has, they need to exercise their power in de facto, which at the moment they're not doing. They're being dormant, and which is where we're getting this result of a backlash, of anguish, of anger, of people are just out there on the streets. There is a way, I believe, as an individual, as a Kashmiri, there is a logical, legal way forward to handle this situation, which should also endeavour to restore the rights of these people, because at the moment they don't have any, which is why we have these Awami Action Committees. And if I get the chance on your show, I would like to elaborate on that.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Really comprehensive explanation. Liaquat Saab, what is the role of the British Kashmiris in the whole of this issue here in the UK?
Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, we have our families, which we nourish from here, and we have our immediate relatives living in Azad Kashmir. Anything concerning, I said this many times, is concerning to us. So the basic demand is not a political demand, it's a humanitarian cry. The people are asking for their basic rights, and they have been, forcefully arrested by the police. And now the worst thing is the huge amount of police constabulary has been called from Pakistan, and they start, the local arrest. One of the example is, in Muzaffarabad, the trade union Secretary General Shaukat Nawaz Mir, they gone into his house. They searched for him in the dark night, which was all the family was, they got scared. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's just protesting, peaceful protest in the streets for the basic rights. It's the same thing happening in each and every corner of Azad Kashmir, all the districts. And this Awami Action Committee is demanding, what's their basic demand? Their basic demand is that the electricity charge, which is costing them 250 rupees and 2 rupees 50 pence or 60 pence. So they are asking the government of Azad Kashmir to charge them the production cost, because all over the Azad Kashmir region, the electricity production is over 4,000 megawatt. The all over the Azad Kashmir region, the whole consumption of electricity is 354 megawatt. So the rest of the whole electricity is going to Pakistan. What the demand of the people of Azad Kashmir and the Awami Action Committee is very simple and straightforward, and is sensible demand that they can only pay the production cost. They should not pay 60, 70 rupees. What they are doing at the moment,
60, 70 rupees per unit.
per unit. What's WABTA, which is under the direct control of the government of Pakistan? They produce the electricity in Azad Kashmir, and then they resell them the same production for 59 rupees, which is impossible for a layman or a normal worker who is working on daily wages to pay that much of amount. For example, if I am earning 30,000 rupees a month and my electricity bills comes up 20,000, 25,000 a month, how can I feed my family, my kids, pay my bills and everything else? So that's why the people asked the government of Azad Kashmir to look into the issue and resolve it. And this protest is not just now. This has been started like 5-6 months ago. The government of Azad Kashmir has been given the polite notice, but they never return back to the people. Now the people are demanding for their basic rights, and some of the leadership has been arrested, and some are like hiding themselves on because they don't want to disrupt, and they want to carry on this peaceful protest and run by the people, for the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. And I must salute the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, the tremendous turnout I have seen today on 5th of October in Azad Jammu Kashmir. This call was from Awami Action Committee for the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and every single person was out there protesting in Muzaffarabad, in Bagh, in Punch, in Rawalakot, in Hajira, in Tatapani, Kotli, Mirpur, Bimbar, everywhere in Azad Kashmir region. And their basic demand was that they don't want to pay the extra taxes government of Pakistan is imposing on the government of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. They don't want to take on, they don't want their, the subsidized items taken off from Azad Jammu Kashmir. And the most important thing is the Article 257 of the Constitution of Pakistan is clearly defining their boundary lines. And according to their constitution, the Article 257 clearly says that Jammu Kashmir state is a disputed territory. And how come they impose the tax on a disputed territory? And how can a Kashmiri should pay the loans taken from government of Pakistan from IMF in 1970, 80 or 90, and how should my kids should be paying those taxes when they are not supposed to pay? And there is a misconception and the confusion created by the people and some institution in Azad Kashmir that people are demanding the free electricity. They're not demanding the free electricity. They are demanding their first 354 megawatt production, which is produced by Azad Kashmir voters and is supplied to the Pakistan. So what we are saying is that 354 megawatt should be consumed by the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and I believe and I think the people are really generous. They are still going to pay the production cost.
The production cost,
which is 2 rupees and 60 pence, but they can't pay 38 or 40 or 50 rupees on the same electricity they are producing. The second issue is the flour mills are smuggling the flours from Azad Kashmir to Pakistan, and we have to buy from Pakistan the same flour bag, which is costing 1,000 rupee, we have to pay 3,000 rupees, which is not affordable for the local community. Then the Kashmiris are asking the government of Azad Kashmir, they should be legally binding the government of Pakistan for the agreements they have already made in 1962 when K.H. Khurshid was the president of Azad Kashmir government. Why the government of Azad Kashmir is not bringing that agreement in front of the public, and why we are supposed to pay that much amount of taxes? This is not affordable, and the people of Jammu Kashmir, they are protesting for their basic rights, and the people of Jammu Kashmir living here in United Kingdom have great concerns to their families, and we are protesting here. That's why I'm here today to raise this voice for the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, first of all, to show the solidarity to the kids, to the women, to the children, to the people, the youngs and old, every single person who is in the streets there in Azad Kashmir. So we decided to protest. That's why we are here today.
Thank you. I will cover that in a few moments. Zach, a question back to you. You kindly said a few minutes ago that mothers are really worried and struggling where they're going to get the next meal, how they're going to prepare the next meal. Just give us a bit of an insight from a mother's perspective, from a lady's perspective. How has this affected families back in Azad Kashmir and in the UK as well?
Well, in response to that, I would just touch base on some of the things that Mr. Lone has said. Of course, our roots are there, our home is there, our families are there, but there is another connection that we have with them. Me personally, being a woman, yes, there's that maternal connection, there's that understanding, but it's the connection of humanity. We are living in the year 2023. This shouldn't be happening there in this time zone that we are living in. There's this one thing that I keep hearing, and Mr. Long kindly gave us a very calculative answer, but the consensus is that the amount of electricity that is being produced from the land overly outweighs the amount that is acquired by the whole of Azad Kashmir. We know there isn't a welfare system there. So coming back to the question about, how it would make a mother feel, here we know that obviously if you're a single mom, if you're out of work, you've got a welfare system.
You've got a welfare system in the UK.
But they're not even demanding that. They're just demanding the basic necessities. And this is where obviously our group, the British Kashmiri Women's Group, sort of partakes, and we are of course showing solidarity in line with that. Yeah.
It's quite shocking, as you just rightly just said. Here we are in October 2023. The whole world is looking at, how the global economic superpowers have improved the quality of life of people. And yet in Azad Kashmir, we're just demanding a basic human right. And the basic human right is being able to use natural resources to cook a meal, to be able to live off the land.
Yeah.
So as you rightly said, they and Liaquat Saab made it quite clear that they're not demanding free electricity. They are demanding electricity for that region, and if it costs 2.6 rupees, then charges the 2.6 rupees per unit, but don't charge 60 rupees plus taxes on that.
Well, this is it here. When we pay taxes, we all get in a bit of a struffle, why should I pay, so much amount of taxes? But we all do because, we're obviously providing for the lesser off. Yeah. But in Kashmir, why? I mean, and this is a question I would like to put across and just put out there. Why is the Kashmiri civilian paying taxes to the Pakistani government? if I was in a country, I would be fine with paying taxes to my sovereign, but petrol, food items, ones that they can eventually afford, the taxes are going to entirely different government, and I think that again adds to the anguish, again adds to the hardship, and as a result, obviously, it's the catastrophe that we have before us.
And how obviously you've got a greater connection with the Kashmiri women in Birmingham and obviously nationwide. Has that sentiments across the ladies? How has that gone across families? Because surely, if there's something that's happening in your homeland, you can't live comfortably here and enjoy life here because your thought is what my brothers and sisters and what my sisters are doing. How's that affecting communities in the UK?
I mean, we all are dealing with our own sort of cost of living crisis. It's worldwide at the moment. Obviously, I do believe that for a state like Kashmir, it's probably 10 times worse because we've got other problematic underlying issues which are worsening it. In terms of the connection, it is there. Every time there's a movement or there's an issue like this, as Lone Saab said, we all do come together. And right now, we are uniting, such as this movement, this protest that is due to take place on the 10th of October. We're not going forward as one political party or one ideology. We are going as a united nation to raise our voice and concern for our people back home.
Thank you, Zaka. Paisab, tell me more about this protest that I rudely interrupted you.
Yes, sorry. I was talking about the protest which is going to be happening on 10th of October, Tuesday, 12 to 4 o'clock in front of Pakistan High Commission in London. The reason for this protest is the illegal, immoral arrest of innocent, peaceful protesters in Azad Kashmir. And this protest will present the memorandum as it is the Charter of Demand presented by Awami Action Committee in Azad Kashmir. This is a non-political protest. We are all taking everybody on board on behalf of British Kashmiri diaspora, Kashmiri community, and all political parties, all civil society, all religious parties, every single person without any differentiation of their political ideology, color, and creed have been invited, and we ask everybody, especially the British Kashmiri community living in Midland and around up and down the country. So please join us on the day and to show your solidarity with those who are protesting for their basic rights in Azad Kashmir. And I must make this very clear to the people of Azad Kashmir living in United Kingdom. This protest is not against any sovereignty of any country, I mean Pakistan. This peaceful protest is just a demand and a reminder of the Charter of Demand presented by Awami Action Committee, and to show our solidarity to those brothers and sisters who are protesting in Azad Jammu and Kashmir. And I must make it clear, we are not going to ask the government of Pakistan or the Pakistani High Commissioner in London to release those, those people they arrest.
Unlawful arrest.
We are not asking them. What we are warning them is, this is not 1971. This is 2023. And the international world is very much cautious about the human rights violation. So if this carries on, then the same protests are going to happen in front of every single consulate of Pakistan in United Kingdom, around the globe, in Europe and USA. Wherever the Kashmiri community is living, they will not sit down quietly and see, like as spectators. They will protest, and we will politely request the government of Pakistan to take away that police and all the forces who are going to be deployed in Azad Kashmir, or who have been already deployed for any kind of disturbance in that peaceful area. And this disputed territory, as mentioned by Pakistan and India in United Nations is disputed, and this issue has not been resolved yet. So we are the Kashmiris who are going to decide our future, and this has been in writing in United Nations, and we request all our brothers and sisters in Azad Kashmir, they carry on their protest peacefully as they have been doing it since months and years in Azad Kashmir for their basic demands. But if the government of Pakistan or their indirect supportive government in Azad Kashmir, if they take any brutal action on the innocent people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, I must make it clear from here today that we will take action against them in international community according to the international laws, and we will inform the human rights organization. We approach directly to the global organization, to the United Nations from United Kingdom, Europe and USA. The 1 million Kashmiri living in United Kingdom is not going to sit silent and think about this brutal action of police which happens today, like the people have been kicked out from the peaceful demonstration, there have been arrests made, and the police is raiding the houses in dark in when the people are in their residing in their home. The people go there without any criminal records. This is a peaceful protest, and I think, according to the international law, this peaceful protest is the basic right of their people, and we raise their voice here in United Kingdom and elsewhere if needed.
And this protest in London on Tuesday, the 10th of October. What are the arrangements for people who want to travel to London? Have you got localized arrangements from throughout the UK?
Thank you very much for asking me this question. First of all, I request the British Kashmiri diaspora community all over the United Kingdom to join us on the day. We have transport arrangements from Birmingham, where I'm here today, and the coaches will leave from Birmingham 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock from 488 Olam Rock Road, which is B8 3HX, the address, and I would request everybody to be on time. Then we have transport arrangements from other cities like Nottingham, Manchester, Leeds, Bolton, Slough, Luton. I would request the local community to contact their local mosques or their local Kashmiri community leaders to for their transport arrangement. But I can assure you that there are transport arrangements for the people if they are willing to go. And I request all Kashmiri community to join us on the day to show the solidarity with the peaceful protesters in Azad Jammu Kashmir and to represent that charter of demand to the government of Pakistan through their High Commissioner here in London.
With the announcement of the protest, have we had any correspondence or any response from the Pakistani High Commission here in London?
We have informed them, we have informed the police, we have booked the venue, we have done all our legal requirement, and on the day we will represent them the memorandum through the British Diaspora Kashmiri community, and we will give them a couple of weeks to react and come back to us. But if nobody listens, then we will carry on our protest here in United Kingdom according to the law of the country, where we have much more freedom of speech and freedom of expression as compared to Azad Jammu Kashmir.
Ladies and gentlemen, you listen to the Community Talk Show this evening with my guest in the studio. We're discussing the issues of basic requirements, whether it's flour, water, electricity in Azad Jammu Kashmir, and the issues that people are being concerned with regards to a peaceful protest that the local community have arranged as part of the Awami Action Committee. Go on to some of the comments that people have made. Thank you very much for listening to my programs. Javed Iqbal, thank you very much. He's made a valid point. The leaders of AJK politicians are mostly here in the UK. Why are AJK people giving them VIP treatment, treating them as such manner is embarrassing. So Javed Saab is saying, why are the Kashmiri people in the UK giving these AJK politicians VIP treatment?
I think Javed make a very good point.
They're clearly not doing their job, so it's a valid point. Yeah.
So what I would say to the people of Azad Kashmir here in United Kingdom and the people of Azad Kashmir in living in Azad Kashmir to ask this question to their local MPs, because they are the people who vote for them and they elect them. If the people of Azad Kashmir Assembly, that their local MPs are not raising their voice, because as it has been observed, none of these political elite join any peaceful protest. But when you see the election in Azad Kashmir, you will see that they will be making speeches and everything. And especially the diaspora Kashmiri community living in United Kingdom, when they receive them with a huge, kind of full protocol from Heathrow Airport.
They're like garlands and everything, as if like there's some royalty.
I would urge, and I would like to ask the British Kashmiris the same question I just posed on Azad Kashmiri people, that when they come here, especially I'm just giving you the example, I'm not picking on the Mirpuri community, that for example, if the Mirpur community is going to receive their local MP, would they mind to ask him about their national airport? Would they mind to ask him about the bridges which are under construction? Would they mind to ask him about the roads? Would they mind to ask him about the education? Would they mind to ask him about the employment? Would they mind to ask him about all these questions? This is, I would blame my own people here as well, because we don't have merits to live. When we suffer, then we cry, but we don't think. Now is the time to think for your next generation. That's why the people of Awami Action Committee, they're not fighting for themselves. They are fighting for the rights of our coming generation. Imagine if a child is born now and he has to pay that much amount of money for the rest of all his life. Do you think it's a sensible decision? And none of these MPAs or MLAs have raised their voice just because they are scared that they will lose their seat and they will be a baddie in front of their masters. That's why they're not raising their voice. None of them have gone to those streets and raised their voice that, guys, you are doing the brilliant job. I will resign from my seat and I'll sit and protest with you guys. What is their demand? The people of Azad Kashmir are demanding nothing. They are just asking the government of Azad Kashmir to be the accountable, to be the responsible, and for their natural resources, to take the ownership of their natural resources. Imagine we are producing 400,000 megawatt electricity, and we don't get a single penny for it. Why? If I'll give you an example of the province of Pakistan. Let's say, for example, the KPK is producing electricity. They get royalty for it. Why can't a Kashmiri get royalty for a Mangla Dam? They have lost their lands. They have lost their loved ones' graves. They can't even visit their loved ones' grave. In the history of the world, Mirpur, the people of the Mirpur is the big example of the sacrifice. They sacrifice everything, and when they ask for their right, why they are given the title of Gaddars and all this. And I would say the same thing for the people of Muzaffarabad. Jhelum Hydro Project the production is more than 770 megawatt, And what the people have got, they lost their clean drinking water. There is no clean drinking water available. There is no sanitation available. The people's life, more than 600,000 people's life is at risk. They have environmental issues. They have health issues. So where is the government of Azad Kashmir? Why they not making the agreement of these natural resources to the government of Pakistan and to the institution of Pakistan like WAPTA and some others, that this is our production. Let's make a deal. We will produce it and we will sell it to you. Why the Kashmiris produce electricity and is sold by Pakistani government back to them for 100% higher price? This is nonsense and totally. And I must say that the government of Azad Kashmir is responsible and accountable for the health and safety of the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. And if they are not doing their job properly, then the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir must review and think for next time when they vote for them. Otherwise, if they vote for the same political idiots, then I will blame the community of Azad Jammu and Kashmir that they are responsible for all this cruel system, because they are the one who elect them. If the people are not talking for their rights, you write down an application to your local MP here in United Kingdom, he will at least respond to you and he will raise your voice in British Parliament.
That's right.
But our MPs, they're not even joining the protest because they are scared of losing their seat. What kind of world we are living in? So that's why people, I will request you politely today from Radio Aapki Awaaz, please join us on Tuesday for this peaceful protest demonstration showing the solidarity with the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, where we all belong and we all migrated from Azad Kashmir. And I think the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, they have much more expectations from the British diaspora Kashmiri community. And we'll take this charter of demands to the High Commissioner of Pakistan. We'll give them enough time to review it and come back to us. If they will take no action, then we will carry on these protests on the daily basis and each and every consulate of Pakistan here in United Kingdom and around the globe. And at the end, I must say a few words in my local language to the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir कि जेड़ा तुसां अज एहतजाज कीता अज 5 अक्तूबर की आज़ाद कश्मीर ने विच उसने च असां ब्रिटिश डायस्पोरा कश्मीरी कम्युनिटी तुसां दी जुरत की सलाम पेश करने आ उन्हां सारियां बच्चियां की उन्हां भैणां भरावां की उन्हां बुजुर्गां की जिन्हां अज ये प्रोटेस्ट करी ते पूरी दुनिया की ये दस्या कि कश्मीरी जेड़ा है वो अपने हक नी जंग वास्ते सारे मुतहिद असां ना सियासी तल्लक किसी भी पोलिटिकल पार्टी नाल वै असां किसी भी मसलक नाल तल्लक रखने हुआ असां ना इलाका कोई भी होवे लेकिन असां सारे कश्मीरी हाँ इसलिए पर मैं समझना है कि तुसां सारे कश्मीरी मुबारकबाद ने मुस्तहिक हो और आखिर पर मैं ये आखसां अवामी एक्शन कमेटी की कि उन्होंने जेड़ा चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड आ असां उसकी एज इट इज़ इत्थे जेड़ा ना ब्रिटिश हाई कमीशन जेड़ा पाकिस्तान हाई कमीशन है इत्थे लंदन उसकी चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड की उत्थे प्रेजेंट करसां और असां इंशाअल्लाह तुसां नाल बिल्कुल तुसां नी इस आवाज़ उपर अवामी एक्शन कमेटी नी आवाज़ उपर तुसां नाल इत्थे 1 मिलियन कश्मीरी जेड़ा है वो खड़ा आ उत्थे तुसां की पुलिस मारी सकनी शैलिंग करी सकनी तुसां की नसाई सकनी तुसां की डराई सकनी लेकिन इत्थे जेड़ी असां की फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच है फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन है असां उसना फायदा उठाने होया तुसां नी आवाज़ बनसां और अगर इन्ना पोलाइट जबान ना सुनी तो फिर असां की अगर यूनाइटेड नेशन तक भी जाना पिया असां जासां लेकिन जिथे माड़े कश्मीरी भैणां भरावां ना परसीना होसी उत्थे इंशाअल्लाह कश्मीरी जेड़े ब्रिटिश डायस्पोरा कश्मीरी कम्युनिटी है वो अपना खून देसी शुक्रिया
Thank you, Baisa. I'm really grateful for you. So I go back to you. What would be your message out to our mothers and our sisters here in the UK about this issue that's happening back in the motherland?
I don't think I can say it any better than Mr. Lone has already. I think he has rounded it off brilliantly. But we are here to show solidarity. If we can't do anything else for them, we can raise our voices. So I will urge, I know it's a weekday and it's going to be a hassle, it's going to be inconvenience. For the mothers, for the working women, but please do show your support. There's, as a rounding off message, there is actually something that I would like to say as a round off message to the government of Azad Kashmir. I think it's imperative that I say this on this platform. Sometimes to look for a way forward, we need to look into the history. Now, I'm not obviously going to go into it greatly because I know that we're rounding off. But according to my research, to my resources, the fundamental behind all this could be in line with and in accordance to two historical documents. And again, I'm not going to actually go into the content itself, but the two documents, first being the Karachi Agreement, which took place in 1949, and the Provisional Constitutional Document, which sort of came into practice in 1974. Essentially, what these documents are about, it sort of extracts the rights of the opposite sovereign, in this case being the government of Azad Kashmir, from their rights of power. So decision making, handling of expenditure, obviously what to do in a catastrophic situation. So what's happening now could be a result of these implementations that took place in history.
Underlying issues.
Underlying issues. So the way forward is back to, we are in 2023, there are international laws that sort of protect these violations that took place, say in 1949 or 1974. Coming back to the Karachi Agreement, for that to have been validated, for it to be legal, the president at the time would have had to sign the document. Word has it, I believe it was Sardar Ibrahim at that time. He doesn't recall signing any such document. So I would like to take this opportunity to say to the government of Azad Kashmir, we are in a pickle. Please take ownership. We need to take the heaps of our problems, our tears, these difficulties to the doorstep of the United Nations, and we need to apply for a membership. And we need to exercise our lawful de facto in power. And obviously that should not only resolve the issue, but restore the rights of the people, basic rights.
I appreciate what you're saying. We need to go to the United Nations, knock on the door and apply for membership. Again, the issue in Azad Jammu Kashmir at this moment in time is the concern of the every Joe Blogs, the man in the street.
Yeah.
They need electricity, they need water, they need flour, basic essentials. What message do we put out to the current government of Azad Jammu Kashmir to say, come on, look at a short-term plan, but they will. I totally agree with your long-term plan.
Yeah.
So what's the short-term plan?
Well, the short-term plan is that, first of all, the police brutality needs to stop, because that's even worse than depriving them from their necessities. And that obviously needs to stop. I mean, word has it from recent sources that they're sort of trying to take help from headquarters in Pakistan. It's like any given country asking for help from Timbuktu. Well, why are we doing that? Instead of acknowledging what the actual issue is and how we need to resolve it, we're using police brutality. And that needs to stop, and we need to acknowledge the issues. We've obviously covered electricity. We've got a welfare system here. I mean, we've got natural resources. If they're saying that we don't have the fundings or what have you, it's Azad Kashmir. You know, people can live off the land if they're given the opportunity, if they're given the resources. So these are the things that need to be acknowledged and need to be sorted out.
Baisa, back to you. Some closing remarks. Obviously, we've got the protest on Tuesday. The 10th Tuesday 10th of October in London. What are the future plans in addition to this peaceful protest? Will the protest be regionalized outside the various Pakistani high commissions in the UK? What?
I have a couple of questions for Azad Kashmir government through your Radio Aapki Awaaz, because I know it's being watched globally. I will finish my talk in next 2 minutes. First of all, I would like to ask the government of Azad Kashmir why they demand the Punjab police and the frontier forces in Azad Jammu and Kashmir for the peaceful protesters. So we are bringing an outsider to brutalize our own people, and then we are asking our own people to vote for us, to send us back to the Azad Kashmir Assembly, and our kids, they have a lavish life. They don't pay any electricity bill, and the poor man, the common man, a layman, has to pay all these taxes. That's the question to the Prime Minister of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, who is saying in the public gathering that I can give you the death, but not free electricity. Nobody is asking you the free electricity. The people are asking you to be the owner of your natural resources. If you can't do that, then you should be out of your job. Secondly, you asked me question about the future plans. So this is our first step in regards to this protest in London. We are going to organize a grand meeting of British diaspora Kashmiri community, hopefully in Birmingham or somewhere else very soon. And we'll ask the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir residing here in UK if they would like to carry on, which way we have to carry on. We have a couple of short-term and mid-term plans in action, but I don't want to explore them now. I would like to take each and everybody on board, and then we make a plan of action. The first step is our protest, peaceful protest demonstration. In second step, we might go for continuous sitting, picketing, and in third step, if there is no resolution to this very simple and straightforward issue, then we will go to the international organizations. Then we raise this in British Parliament through our local MPs, because as I said many times, we cannot sit quietly on this burning issue, because this is the issue for our for the life for more than 22 million people. And I must say thank you to Radio Aapki Awaaz and rest of all your viewers who raise the voice for this voiceless Kashmiri nation. And this is I can see as a humanitarian crisis in Azad Kashmir, when people are asking their government for the food, water, and the electricity. This is the basic need of life. We should not impose the police on them for this. We should just resolve this, as this is the basic need of the life. I cannot go home without food for my children. If you take that subsidy off from that flour you are supplying me, then my kids will die with hunger. If my kids will die with hunger, the people of sitting in Azad Kashmir Assembly, they cannot sit there quietly. We will ask them question, and I'm afraid if this peaceful protest demonstration move themselves towards Azad Kashmir Assembly, they have nowhere to go. So before that time comes, please take actions, take the ownership, and take the responsibility, and be a human rather than animals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both. Very grateful for your time this evening. There you are, listeners. I'm coming to the end of our program. As always, you've heard what's happening on the ground in Azad Jammu Kashmir. You've also heard about the protest that's planned on Tuesday, the 10th of October in London, outside the Pakistani High Commission, and coaches, transport arrangements will be made throughout the UK, And the Birmingham arrangements are here in Alum Rock at 488 Alum Rock Road, and the postcode is B83HX. The coach will be leaving to travel to London at 9 o'clock in the morning. Please be there punctual. Obviously, the journey to London is 2.5-3 hours, and any delay delays the whole process. The protest in London is 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Kashmiri nationals will be travelling to London from all over the UK. So contact your local Kashmiri community and they will tell you of the arrangements that are happening in your local towns. As always, Radio Aapke Awaaz is here to provide you factual information. www.aapkeawaaz.co.uk. If you want any further information of anything that we've discussed, our number is 07944 808 141. That's 07944 808 141. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care, look after yourself, and Khada Hafiz.